Alright. Alrighty then. Man, that joke has not gone old. Thank you, Jim Carrey. Yeah, I absolutely wanted to start with this. This is absolutely what I wanted to start with. 4.92 out of 5 stars. Okay, so we got 97. It's not an yeah, okay. 97% that are just love the game, and 1% for 4 stars, none for 3, none for 2, and none for, or just for 1 for 1. I think it's an understatement of this game actually just crushing it in terms of gamers. And this is like 8,779. Even though not everybody in the world has played it, people are acknowledging that it's a masterpiece. Many YouTubers are saying that. Oh, I hope there's like a video game trial or demo. I absolutely want to try it. Okay, besides the point, let's just go, well, let's get to what we were here for in the first place. Let's freaking do this.
I say the lines, the syllables, got it memorized so I can make you stop. You treat me like a criminal, so why shouldn't I treat you like you're a cop? Please allow me to introduce ourselves to you tonight. We are...
Did that wake you up? Good. Now let's get to the main video.
Greetings, PlayStation.
Okay, let's put the main audio on and let's get straight to what the title of the video obviously is.
Greetings, PlayStation adepts. In this video, I'll tell you about the games that will leave the PS.
Also, support PlayStation World. They're the one who compiled the list, and of course, these are the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games that are leaving in May 2025. I think it was May 20th. Oh, it says that in the description. Awesome, let's do this.
Plus extra catalog on May 20th, so you can play them or at least try them. Like, subscribe, and now you'll find out which ones. The first game leaving the subscription in May is Grand Theft Auto V. GTA's cycle
Oh
of
my gosh.
extremes continues, and
Not the
6
most
months
shocking
after it was
thing.
added, it leaves the subscription. So finish the story campaign, finish online, and prepare money for GTA 6. Well, or buy GTA 5 if you really like it. It is on sale as inexpensive. The
As
next
always.
game leaving the subscription, Infamous Second Son. But why remove your own game from your catalog? I sincerely do not understand.
He's speaking
Unless
truth.
Sony decided to make another remaster. If anyone knows, write in the comments. It's an open world, third-person action adventure where the protagonist gains superpowers and tries to establish justice for his people and
I
city
feel
while
that.
gaining new abilities and becoming either a hero
Not the
or a
superpower
villain.
part.
Also leaving the subscription is Batman Arkham Knight. The story tells the story of how Scarecrow invented a new toxin that can drive people crazy and cause uncontrollable aggression. He teams up with Penguin, Two-Face, Harley Quinn, and the Enigma to destroy Batman. The main novelty of the game is
Sorry,
Batmobile,
couldn't
on
resist.
which you can move around the city and perform some tasks. Portal Knights will be leaving the subscription on May 20th.
I'm
If
not
you were
too
looking
sad
for a
this
game
leaving.
that would work on similar principles to
some people.
Minecraft, but at the same time had a more pleasant graphics and more or less acceptable quest system so that there was some ultimate goal and not just abstract do what you want, then Portal Knights, I think, will be just such a game. Here you can set the appearance of your hero, choose a class for him, and go
Oh,
on
that
adventures across the islands to fight a variety of monsters and bosses. Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition
no, they get
will
rid of
leave
Payday
the PS
2.
Plus extra catalog in May. This is a cooperative first-person
No,
shooter where
they
players
get rid
take
of
on the
this
role
game.
of payday gang members as they commit large-scale
Everybody wants
bank
to get
robberies,
paid.
prison breaks, cyber crimes, and hostage-taking.
So
The game
much
features a
cash,
large
so much
selection of
money.
weapons, armor, and skills to aid in completing missions. In the years since its release, Payday 2 has had a huge amount of missions and collaborations with other franchises like Hotline Miami, Shadow Warrior, John Wick, and Left 4 Dead, so there is plenty of content to
Great
go around.
choices.
The next
Great
game
choices.
leaving the subscription is
Oh,
LEGO
a
Marvel
Lego game.
Superheroes 2. The events of the game begin 4 years after the events of the first installment. Kang the Conqueror travels through different timelines and realities, conquering and kidnapping his most favorite cities and then combining them into one place called Chronopolis. Through this, various superheroes come together to thwart the threat of Kang the Conqueror, who plans to take over the entire universe. The game will allow the player to control hundreds of characters from the Marvel Universe, both from comics and movies, and the characters will be from different time periods and realities, such as
And
Noir
different properties.
Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man 2099, Hulk and Thor from the movie Thor Ragnarok, etc. Also leaving the subscription is Ghost Runner. It is a
Already
very
have it,
hardcore
so not too
cyberpunk
sad.
action game from the first person, where the protagonist must overcome obstacles using parkour and defeat opponents with his sword. The events of the game unfold in a giant tower city, where after the
guy sums it up.
catastrophe, the last remnants of people took refuge, and which is ruled by the Iron Hand of
Fun
Mara
game,
the
just
Kingmaker.
brutal.
That's her, and
Difficulty
you
is
need to
kinda
defeat
brutal,
her in the end.
but
In
fun.
addition to heavy battles tied to speed and reaction, players will also have to run a lot to explore the world of the game to discover the secret of the main character's origin. On May 20th, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night will leave the subscription.
Yeah, me
it
and
is a
Doc love
2D
this game. This game is
Metroidvania
freaking
platformer
amazing.
in which the
Sad
player
that
will
it's
have to
leaving,
play as Miriam, who
but I
suffers
own
from a
it, so
curse
not
that
too
turns
sad.
humans into demons. In the game, Miriam explores a huge castle filled with enemies and traps to stop her former friend who is trying to summon demons and destroy the world. The gameplay is reminiscent of classic platformers, where players have to explore multi-level maps, collect items, upgrade abilities, and fight bosses. Players can customize their heroine, improve her characteristics, and change her appearance, allowing them to adapt her to their preferences and play style. Enter the Gungeon will be leaving the PS Plus extra catalog
heard
in
of
May.
that?
It's a
Never
roguelike top-down
played
shooter
it, though.
where you have to explore dungeons in order to find the treasure of the legendary Ganjin, a cannon that can destroy the past. The game is fast, fun, and quite challenging, but it will be easier to play together with a teammate. After all, everyone knows that 2 burning farts are better than 1. Also, the Lego Movie
That
2
was
to
a
the
weird
video
metaphor,
game will be
but okay.
leaving the subscription in May. The second installment
Oh
tells how
gosh,
the
they
world
made
of
a
constant
sequel to-
construction
well, no,
was
the first
suddenly
movie was
invaded
awesome.
by alien invaders who
Everything
began
is
destroying
awesome.
everything in their path. Emmett and
Everything
Lucy
is cool
decided to
if you
save their
want it
home
to
and
be.
fight back the invaders
Everything
from
is
outer
awesome.
space. To do this, they
If
gathered
you
all their
and
friends and
me
together
make that-
began
well,
to
no,
fight the
I didn't
enemies.
make
The
it up like that. I
gameplay
probably
is
butchered the
borrowed
lyric.
from
Sorry.
Lego Worlds and Lego Dimensions, for which the game was trashed by critics and players. On May 20th,
It was.
Journey to the Savage Planet Employee of the Month will leave the subscription service. This first-person sci-fi adventure game tells the story of an employee of the Native Space Corporation who is dumped on an uncharted planet with almost no equipment and is now tasked with determining if the planet is suitable for human habitation. The game features a colorful alien world inhabited by various types of alien flora and fauna, which must be cataloged. In addition, you need to collect resources needed to create new items and improvements, such as a jetpack and boarding cat, allowing the player to visit inaccessible locations. In the game, you will have to shoot from a variety of weapons to fight off the aggressive inhabitants of the world. Also in May, the catalog will leave the survival on a dangerous planet, stranded
that-
alien Dawn,
can miss it.
racing simulator motorcycle riding
Oh, gosh,
MotoGP
it's another one of
24,
these.
addition to The Sims 4 Island Living. In some regions, for removal is still
Why
listed
would they ever
shooters,
do it? It's their own
Resistance Fall
freaking
of Man,
property.
and Resistance 2, where humanity fights mutant chimeras.
Oh, gosh, why would they
PlayStation
remove
VR2
this?
helmet
Just like
owners will
Horizon.
lose the opportunity to play the realistic simulator, Walkabout Mini Golf,
Oh.
the musical rhythm game Synth Riders, the cooperative Ghostbusters, action game Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord, adventure game Before Your Eyes, and 2 parts
That's
of the
a-
story
oh,
adventure
that's
in
a-
the Walking Dead
gosh.
universe, where the player must survive on the zombie-infested
That's a
streets of
lot of
New
games
Orleans,
just
The
being
Walking
removed.
Dead Saints and
A lot.
Sinners. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, Chapter 2, Retribution. If any of these games appeal to you, get them on your console and play them. Access to them will close on May 20th. Let us know in the comments if you'll be playing any of the games on this list. Click the bell and turn on all notifications so you'll always know which games are coming and going with your...
Yeah, he kind of summed it up. The only thing he missed, I think he mentioned it, was Resistance 2. Alright, so here's the heavy loss. Let's just kind of like speedrun this. Let's rewind this.
Now you'll find out which ones.
And I just turn down the TV volume so you can actually hear me. Alright, so is anybody else surprised that Grand Theft Auto 5 is leaving again? Again. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 is leaving again. Okay, so if I had to give you guys a score of what I think about most of the games leaving. Oh, okay, so if I had to say 0 is like not really a factor, like, oh, okay, that's not a huge big deal, or 10 being like, why would you ever do this? This is your own property, or this was a dumb move. Okay, so Grand Theft Auto 5 leaving again. So it's gonna just come back. For some reason, Rockstar has that much money that they basically put their games back on PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium, and then 6 months later, take it back. How many times have we seen Red Dead Redemption 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Collection with San Andreas, Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto 3? How many times? The only thing we haven't seen is Max Payne 3 on, like, emulation or PS3, or we've seen the popular games, and then they remove it 6 months later, and then the rinse and repeats. I'm not sad about this leaving, because I own the game, so their sales price going for Grand Theft Auto 5 for decades now, so I'm not sad about this. And if I had to give my score overall about how the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games, I know I'm late to the party, but busy with life, such is life. I'm not very sad. I would say maybe like 2. I would have put it up to 5, but maybe 1 or 2, because most of the games that are leaving I own, except for the Resistance series. I don't know whose freaking idea that it was to remove the Resistant 1 and 2. That's a dumb move. I mean, yeah, you can finish the games in one setting, to a degree if you're not a completionist, but why would they do that? They own the properties. It's like they removed the Horizon series, even though they own the property, and now they're going to remove the Resistance. Okay, so everything's not untouchable. Thank you. Alright, so I'm not sad about this leaving. Alright, so Infamous. Oh, nope, rushed it a little bit. And let's just get to Infamous 2. I was with PlayStation World. Are they making a remaster, remake? I would like that. They really absolutely need to make a remaster or remake of Infamous 1 and 2. But you know, they seem to make remasters of games that are pretty recent. Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone. I'm cool with Horizon Zero Dawn more. Days Gone, I don't understand why they did a remaster, but hey, all about milking that franchise. But Infamous Second Son, they own the properties. Why would they remove it? I own the game, so I have nothing to complain about, so this is nothing that I'm sad about. Moving on. There's always sales price for this game coming up, so it's not like a huge big deal to me, too. So, but it sucks for the people who actually, let's just say you're doing a marathon of Infamous 1 and 2. Oh gosh, they're going to remove that too. Even though they own the properties, they're going to remove that. This is just a foreshadowing that they're going to remove it. It freaking sucks. I would say play Infamous Second Son. It's not the best story, but the gameplay is tight, and the visuals for back of those times are pretty great. That sums it up. Batman Arkham Knight! There's always sales price for it. I own the game, I own everything from that game. I just haven't had a chance to play it. But now, there's no rush to play it because I own the game. But it sucks for anybody who's I'm Batman fan. I don't know which Batman fan you are. Christian Bale, Michael Keaton, Kevin Conroy, Adam West, and the list goes on. But yeah, Batman Arkham Knight is leaving. With the fantastic Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill just pretty much scene stealer at all. Why are they removing this? I don't know, but 50 plus hours. If you can beat it, if you have the time, go ahead and play this game. This game's awesome. Before, they butcher the Batman and the Suicide Squad game. Oh, they try to give it to us for free in Essential. That game, this was the start of this year! Oh gosh! They put it as Essential in January, and people downloaded it for free, but I did not want to download it for free. Me and Doc, we were just like, heck no. Oh, okay, so Portal Knight skip. I'm not sad about that one. That sums it up. Never even heard of this. Until then, Payday mother. Yeah, anyway, Payday 2 is leaving. Kinda slightly sad, but it's always available for sales price, so easy to get. Okay, let's skip through the Lego games. I'm just not a fan of it. Sorry. I did skip over it a little bit. Blood Knight, Ritual of the Night. Well, I probably butchered it. In my set, that's leaving a little bit, but I own the game, so I have nothing to worry about. Lego game, don't care. I own Ghost Runner 1, except for the DLC. Gotta get the DLC when it's at a reasonable price. Fun game, brutal difficulty, but very fun game. Glad they made a sequel. Glad I get to play the sequel. Moving on. Oh, now we're on Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Cool. It's that, okay, if you're a fan of pretty much Metroidvania games, play this game. If I could be an advocate for this game, please play this game. This game is freaking amazing. If you are a fan of Metroidvania, what are you doing here? Play the game. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Enter the Gigan. It looks fun, but I probably won't put time on it. If it came to Essential, oh yeah, I would check it out. Probably, if it's local co-op, I'll play with my wife. But if it's like online, try to convince my wife to still play it. And hey, Doc. I don't know if it's his jam, but hey, whatever. Another Lego movie, again. I mean, Journey to Savage Planet looks fun, but... that's all. Motorcycle games, skip. There are some fun motorcycle games. There are some, but not all. 20 plus hours for motorcycle. Okay, DLC. Okay, yeah, he did mention it. My bad. So, Resistance, Fallen Man, Resistance 2. Why would they ever do that? They own the properties. They're getting rid of one of the PlayStation property. Infamous. Still doesn't make sense when they own the property. PlayStation, Sony, what are you doing? And then they're getting rid of Resistance, Fall of Man, and Resistance 2. So, yeah, you could go into Resistance 3, but that kind of defeats the purpose of playing in the original trilogy if you take the bloody 2 first games. Why would you ever do that? You own the property. It doesn't make sense to remove those. And these are games that people freaking liked. I played Resistance 2. I played Resistance 2, so I am being it. So I'm not sad that it's leaving. But yeah, I played and beaten Resistance 2, so it's not like a huge deal. But you know, I would like to play it for nostalgic's sake. But no, PlayStation's like, nope, we're not doing anything to this property. We're taking it away. Okay, well, it's very hard to attain. It was on the PS3. When are we going to get to play again? You're not going to play it at all. Have fun with Resistance 3. Oh, thanks. Thanks for that freaking right hook. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so PSVR 2. Before Your Eyes leaving. That's... Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay, no one cared about Ghostbusters except for the movies. So, okay. And The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, I own that. The PS4, I think it was the PS5 version that's leaving. Well, whenever I basically get a VR system, I'll get to try it. So there's that. But yeah, that kind of sums it up. So we're going to end it with the coolest clip ever. Obviously, we're going to end it with Batman Arkham Knight. That's going to be the thumbnail clip or whatever we call it these days. And we're going to end it with Batman. Heck yeah, we're going to end it with Batman. If we can get a cool shot of Batman. I'm going to try to get that cool shot. That's some really slick. There we go. There we go. Perfect. It's a little blurry, but it still counts. Okay, so yeah, that kind of sums up 1 or 2 in terms of like my overall mood of out of 10 how I feel. I'm not sad that most of them are leaving because I own most of them. I'm not really happy that Resistance Fallen Man and Resistance 2 is leaving. Why would they ever do that is beyond me. I know this was probably a short clip. So the plan is to, because it's, consistent, even though it's been a long time. Hi! I know it's been a very long time, but like I said, such is life. So plan is to, I'm gonna be pretty much random. Maybe a PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Day. It depends. It really does. But yeah, my usual 4K of PlayStation. Let's face it, my headset that I usually use for the 4K galore that you guys love. Yeah, it's in the shop, and basically I can't do. Well, yeah, I'm pretty much out of a headset, and that's okay. I mean, it was wear down. It was a normal wear and tear, so basically in the shop, be repaired. Once it's repaired, then we'll be back to that 4K glory of PlayStation. Really, PlayStation, well, PS4 or PS5 games. But for now, you'll have some live stream. I'm gonna practice my live stream chops and all that. But I absolutely wanted to go over the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games because I'm late to the party. That's kind of it. So I will put a schedule for it. Also, to address the elephant in the room, no, I'm not covering the state of play for Borderlands 4. I think that's a waste of state of play. I get it. It's their selling factor, Borderlands, but I'll just watch it on my own time, Borderlands 4. We'll see how it looks. I don't want to do the coverage for it. There hasn't been any, like, wow, in terms of the games except for Expedition 33 just crushing it, and Elder Scroll 4 Oblivion being brought from Oblivion, so that's freaking awesome. Oh man, I gotta check the rating score on that. But anyway, of course, you can leave that like, comment, and subscribe. I'm back, baby. Yeah, I guess I'm back. But yeah, we'll try to do a live stream if we can. If not, we'll try to play for tomorrow. That's kind of the plan. We're gonna mix it up. That's pretty much it. Okay, so I will see you in the next clip. Gonna have to think of a catchphrase. Nah, it's okay. Oh my gosh, that thunder wasn't thematically appropriate for some reason. Was that ad-lib? Yeah, I guess.